Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, all of my beautiful friends from the internet. I hope each and every single one of you is doing spectacularly well on this fine Tuesday morning or whenever you happen to be listening to this podcast episode, whether that be morning, evening, or night. Remember, this is the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/Askreddit. I am your very excited, very anticipating host, Luke Dick. Remember, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcast, please leave us a rating and also leave us a review. You have absolutely no idea how much this helps out the show. Please leave us a rating, leave us the review, leave us the comment, do whatever you possibly can. It goes such a long way. Remember that you can answer this week's Reddit question by going and you can listen in Spotify for free and download episodes for free. And if you click the description of the episode, you should see a prompt that allows you to answer this week's question, and I will read that question or that answer aloud on the next week's following episode. Just a few points of order, a few housekeeping things. This show is now ad approved, so you will hear periodically on whatever platform you're listening to ads. We usually take an ad break after we read out the comments from the previous week, and then we take another one about halfway through the show after that point. So somewhere around 30 minutes ish is where you should see that. Usually the show's about, I try to make the show anywhere from 45 minutes to around 50 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that. So usually here at around that like 30-ish minute point. But I guess with that said, we can move on. Oh yeah, last thing was, please hit up my Instagram, hit up my TikTok, hit up my YouTube on YouTube Shorts. I am posting new content on there. It's that fun Reddit content where I just kind of read off Reddit posts in short form order and you can, see the little Minecraft parkour in the background or video gameplay videos in the background. I really enjoy making them, and I know that a lot of you probably really enjoy watching those videos. So go to Reddit Asks Us on TikTok, Reddit Asks Us podcast on Instagram and YouTube, and you should see my Instagram there, on my YouTube channel, YouTube Shorts, and you can watch that content as well. And please comment on it. I'd love to see all my beautiful listeners from the internet on my Instagram and hitting up my Instagram. I guess. Oh yeah, and that wasn't totally the last thing. Here's the final thing before we read out comments. I didn't really get any responses from this from last week, but I'll put it out again. I just wanted to put out the feelers and see if there was interest in a potential expanding on the show in terms of subscription bonus episodes. So every week there would be a brand new episode on Thursdays as in addition to Tuesdays, and then there would be like a cost associated with it. So you would be like subscribing to the show, but when you subscribe to the show and you pay like whatever it is, it could be anywhere from like $3 to $5, I think. You get another additional episode of the show every week. So then you would get a show on Tuesday and a show on Thursday as well. But it's not something I really want to launch unless there's like a decent amount of support for it. I know that like people have, it's not always easy to spend any money really at all. But it really helps a long way with keeping the show going and making sure that, this is like a community that we can thrive and it helps us to expand the show. But anyways, just wanting to see if there was support for that. But why don't we hop into reading off some of the comments from last week. So last week's episode was, what is in now but you think is pure cringe? So first one comes from the Green Changeling. A better question would be, what isn't cringe? Still no ads, by the way. It might be due to me living in Norway, or whatever ad service you're using might be buggy. Either way, I thought you should know. Well, thank you for letting me know about that. I know some people aren't getting the ads, but it's fine. I think, I don't know, so I trust Spotify will figure it out. I've been making a little bit of money off the show as it is right now, which is extremely exciting, and honestly, I have to give it to thanks, because I wouldn't be able to be ad approved without you beautiful people. But this is so true though. Like, I feel like I go every time I go on Instagram Reels. Like, I don't really use TikTok, but because I find TikTok is just a toxic place, and if I was to go on there, I think I don't know if I would ever leave. But I feel like just every day that I go onto Instagram Reels, I find myself just turning inwards, an implosion of cringe. There's so many posts on there that are just like, really, we have to post this. Like I don't mind relationship content, but some of it is just like, bruh, this is so staged. And honestly, it's really the staging content that bothers me too. It's like, no one wants to see this. Everyone knows this is fake. Like, when you're trying to get like a reaction and your phone is like clearly recording, so okay, yeah, obviously, like, I'm gonna be totally fooled when there's an iPhone camera right on my face. Like, okay, that's you gotta be a little bit more subtle than that. Next one comes from Ghost. Luke, what's up? I'm a 17-year-old in the USA, and the thing is, I'm cringy. And the thing I think is, I'm cringy. The thing I think is cringy is when kids act like they're in a gang. It just makes me, it's just really stupid. Great episode. Can't wait for the next week. Stay ghostly. Yes, very true, Ghost. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, that's a thing now too. Is like, I don't know what it's like, what it has to do with. I think it's like internet culture. Maybe like, I think it comes a little bit from the glorification of just like violence a little bit, you know? I mean, because violence is like so normalized, and then people will just like take it to this level, and then they'll be like, yo, try to come on me and my ops, you know? Like, I got ops like that. And I'm like, bro, like, your only op is the McDonald's ice cream machine when it's not working. All right? Like, you don't have ops, bro. Like, there's no, I don't think the op is your math teacher when she tells you that your assignment was due. Okay? You don't have ops like that. All right? You just don't have ops like that. Someone just like mildly doesn't like you. Okay, bro. People don't like other people. That's just how it goes. They don't immediately become your ops. But that is big facts. And shout out to all my listeners in the USA. You know, we love the USA here. The USA is, I've been to the US a lot. I love it. Next one comes from Dusty. Been listening for 2 years now, and great show to listen to, and keep it up. Thank you so much, Dusty. I really, really appreciate that comment. Yeah, and just this kind of reminds me, I sometimes forget to say this, but even if you don't have an answer for the week's question, you just want to comment, say something about the show, please go ahead and do so, because I really appreciate any feedback. Any feedback is good feedback, and I know you guys are so loyal. And I trust what's coming from you. So thank you for 2 years. You've been with us for a long time. You've been with us since the genesis of when we started doing the show different. So thank you for commenting, Dusty. I really appreciate that. Next one comes from Caleb. It's not in with a bunch of people. But for me, it's vaping. Can't even walk into a bathroom at my high school without people asking for a hit, or it smells like vape/weed. Like this episode, keep it up. Of course, I'm always going to keep the heaters coming. I'm going to keep them coming. I got to keep them coming for you. Dude, this is so, oh my God. So, some people who might have watched the show, we don't get super political on the show, but, you know, every once in a while when politics has something to do with it. But I was watching we were watching this commentary video on YouTube, me and my roommate Sam, and it was, and Kyle Kalinski's like a YouTuber, he's like a political commentator. We were watching like his reaction, and generally he's like a pretty informed guy. I don't really it's not that I agree with him on everything. There's a lot of things that I disagree with him about, but you know, he reports on interesting stuff. I think that like a lot of the independent YouTubers report on interesting things. And so he was like giving this commentary on this video, and then bro just like whips out his vape and just starts vaping during. It's like, you're trying to make political content here, bro. Like, you're gonna give me some super advanced political opinion that's like super nuanced and complex, and then you're just gonna hit the jewel. You're just gonna go for the breeze. Like I can't focus on you when you're ripping tropical passion fruit, bro. I just can't. I won't be able to give you credit, okay? I don't want to hurt your credibility. You're hurting your own credibility. Could you imagine if someone was just in political, like giving a political speech or in office, like someone's just like trying to be president? Listen, America, we've been through some hard times, okay? But Americans are resilient. Hold just 1 second. Watch me ghost this. I'm gonna ghost this shit. Shit. That's that gas. Oh, God. That's that blueberry star fruit right there. Oh, shit. America, we can take big hits. All right? Just like the one I just hit. We take big hits. We take fatties in America, okay? Yeah, bruh. Vaping is something like, as soon as I see somebody vaping, I immediately get the ick. It's just not even a thing. Next one comes from All of the Jazz. Hey, take that juice to half and half, and I'd agree. Fair enough. I was talking in the last episode about how I love carbonated water and how I put a little bit of juice in my carbonated water, and then like I probably fill maybe like a third of the cup with juice, and then I do carbonated water because I just love carbonated water. I am that guy. Sorry, folks. But you know what? Fair enough. When I'm feeling a little juicy, I'll put it half and half. Okay. When I'm feeling a little different, when I'm feeling a little like, you know what? I'm feeling a little free today. I'm feeling a little loose. I think I'm gonna loosen up a little bit. I'm gonna go half and half. Also, Stanleys. I love them, but now that it's super popular, they're super expensive. Gotta love the stock market. Yeah, the Stanleys. Yeah, I don't get it. They're like, I saw this TikTok where this woman was like mad that they got a Yeti mug instead like their husband got them like a Yeti mug instead of a Stanley, and it's like, bro. Like, my dad is a big outdoorsy guy. Like, my dad is a super outdoorsy person. He's got, like, the Yeti coolers. In his world, in his outdoorsman world, the Yeti coolers, if you have a Yeti cooler, all the other dads look at you like you're the shit. All the other dads are like, bro knows what he's doing. Bro's got it figured out. Okay, bro he's on the right track. Okay, whatever, I'm going to watch this man, because whatever he's doing, I gotta put myself in that position. And it's like the Yeti mug. Who cares? I heard Yeti was better than Stanley. Like, everyone goes after the Yeti coolers. Their mugs can't be that different. But yeah, I hate it. I hate the obsession. It's like this really capitalistic obsession with products. It's like, okay, we can. This is exactly what. So, I saw a reel this morning that was talking about. So this woman went to SneakerCon, and if anyone who doesn't know who's listening, I'm a sneakerhead, so I like shoes and sneakers and clothes and stuff. Not to an obsessive amount though. Because I like fashion. I find it. I think it's an art, so I like and I appreciate design. But anyway, so at SneakerCon, all these sneakerheads, like this woman went by and she's like, "Oh, what's the worst sneaker? What's the worst sneaker?" And everyone was like, "The Panda Dunks, Panda Dunks, Panda Dunks." And in case you don't know what this is, it's like it's a Nike shoe, and it's like normally the Dunk line of Nikes is like it was fairly limited, like for a long time, but then they started reproducing them, and then they made them in giant quantities, and the Panda was the first one made in giant quantities, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so cringe when everyone wears Panda." It's like, bro, why are you hating? What's your obsession with like gatekeeping Panda Dunks? Like, who cares? Like, you are the sneakerheads who were asking for more Dunks in the first place, and now you complain when they give them to you. Like, you can't be a hypocrite about that. I can't stand this like obsession. Can't we just like wear what we like? I like them. They're a black and white shoe. It is like, oh damn, I hate the most like popular colors. I hate something that goes with everything. I hate something that's like, you know, that's like you could wear with any outfit that looks really good and is a nice silhouette and has good materials. Like, okay, like, relax, bro. Next one comes from Dog. TikTok in general, just too much endless scrolling. Great episode. Do you have dogs or cats? TikTok, yes. TikTok can be very cringe, and just I find people who endless scroll, that can be really cringe when people like are just that's all they ever do. I mean, that's low key kind of what I do, but there's some people who are just, it's a different level. It's a different level. Like I knew that on one of these episodes, a while back, someone was talking about how they had to break up with their girlfriend because they were just on TikTok way too much. And I'm like, doesn't really surprise me. Do I have dogs or cats? No, I don't have dogs or cats. Thank you for saying the great episode though. I am allergic to both dogs and cats and pretty much anything with fur. So that is unfortunate for me. I do like animals. I like dogs. I like cats, but I'm unfortunately allergic. I know. Very devastating. I'm sure some of you listeners, this is the moment where you tune out. Next one comes from Frost. Making something your whole personality. I understand liking and enjoying activities, but making one thing your whole personality is weird. People who do that usually make enjoyable things annoying. Yeah, this is rock climbers. This is people who like indoor climb. Okay, I like rock climbing. I thought it was fun as a kid, but people have adopted this as some sort of like personality trait. It's like, okay, this is a hobby. All right, this is what you do to like enjoy yourself. This is not the epitome of your existence. Let's please not make it that way. Next one comes from Fian3900. This might be controversial, but women purposely wearing revealing clothing for views. It's honestly disgusting. Great episode. Can't wait till next week. Okay, maybe Fian might have phrased this a little bit in maybe not the best way. I think what the word you might be looking for is thirst trapping, okay? Because I don't really care if people wear revealing clothes. Like, that doesn't bother me. Like, even if it's just a normal TikTok or a normal reel, I don't care. I don't care. People can wear whatever they want. But it's when it becomes this, like, thirst trapping genre of TikTok that is so cringe. It's, oh my god. I agree. I can't stand thirst trapping. Men, women, it's like, is this where we're at now? Is everything sex? Can I just watch like a couple dog videos? Like, that's what it'll be. It'll be like a dog video, some cat videos, I don't know, some like fun, cool like DIY stuff or funny memes, and then it's just a couple scrolls of thirst traps. It's like that dude who does he'll crack an egg and just like lick the dough. He's like that cooking dude on TikTok. Oh my god, it's disgusting. And I find it gives me the ick with like both men and women. It's like if I see like anything like being sexualized in like this overt sort of way to get people's attention, I find it to be just like unbearable. Next one comes from Phil Savannah. What's going on, Phil? Great to see you again. People who post everything about their lives on social media. Also, just anything social media related. I get social media, but keep some things close to the chest. Also, thanks for the pterodactyl shout out, guys. Go Braves! Yeah, there was a pterodactyl shout out last week. Shout out to the pterodactyl. Yeah, people, again, social media, we need to understand that social media is like fun and wholesome in a lot of ways, but it's like when it becomes this obsessive thing is when we need to just take the breaks. And go Braves! Yeah, I'm. You know what? I was a Atlanta Hawks fan when Dennis Schroeder was on the team because I like Dennis Schroeder, and then he got to be on the Raptors for a little bit, and then he left. But it's okay because we kind of had to trade him. But still a big fan. My high school flag football team was the Falcons, so that's my little tie to Atlanta right there. Unfortunately, I can't really cheer too much for the Braves. I'm sorry, Phil. We're Jays fans here, but we don't have beef with you. We don't really have beef with you. We just played Tampa, and Tampa's like our main kind of beef, I guess. Main kind of rivalry. But I love baseball, and I'd watch a Braves game, sure. And I love that you love the Braves. Tucker, next one. I don't have an answer, but there's a glitch on Pandora. For some reason, it bugs out for most of the episodes that have already been played while I was asleep, so I can't listen there anymore. Sorry to hear about that, Tucker. Please remember you can listen on Spotify, and you don't need to pay, and you can download episodes for free. Next one comes from Cannon. What's up, brother? What is up, Cannon? Glad for you to comment. Thank you so much for commenting, Cannon. Not much, just doing the podcast, really. School's coming to an end here, so I'm kind of just looking forward to the end of semester. Last one comes from Bowen McFadden. Hi, I've been listening for 2 years, but I've never got the chance to comment as I listen on Amazon Music. For my answer, I'd say it's mukbang. Oh, disgusting adults eating like toddlers, not content. Bro. Okay, car alarms have been going off so frequently, okay, where I live. Mukbang, yeah, and ASMR. ASMR is the worst. I cannot stand that. It's like, for me, I have the opposite of ASMR. I have like with that, those like really particular sounds, just, it's, oh my God, it makes me want to rip my ears out of my head and stomp on them. Like, just squish them right into the ground and hope that I never hear a single thing ever again in my life. No, I don't want that to be a reality, but I can't stand content like that. Oh my God, it's just, it makes me really cringe. But thank you for listening, being a loyal listener for 2 years. Glad to see you comment. This is awesome. And and Amazon Music. I didn't really know Amazon Music was popping like that. See, this is the amazing thing. We are getting comments. Oh wait, I should say this. We're going to take a slight ad break, and then we're going to come back into the show. So we'll take the ad break right now, and then when you come back, we will jump right into this week's content. So, welcome to this week's episode. And just before we hop into this week's episode, I also want to say I appreciate and thank you all so much for commenting. Sometimes when the comments go long, it usually only take me a few minutes to read out the comments, and now it's taken upwards of 15 to 20 minutes. So, when this does happen, I will make an effort to make the episodes longer, because I know that, you really want to, we want to create the community, right? But we also do want to get our fair share of the new episodes, and I don't mind doing the show for a bit longer. I love reading out your responses. It's quite surreal to me, actually. It's probably one of the best parts of my entire, it's not probably one of the best, it's up there, probably top 3 best parts of my entire week. If not the best. So I will always read out the comments, but in addition to that, we will make the episode a little bit longer when there are lots of comments. So why don't we get into this week's episode? So this week's episode was, what's the craziest story you've heard of a couple breaking up? All right, we got some crazy people out there, folks. Okay, we got people who really don't like to be dumped, and also people who make some very interesting choices when it comes to terminating their relationships. Stuff that I don't know if I'll fully ever wrap my head around. I didn't even know humans were capable of some of this behavior. First one comes from Carsa 69420. Wow, 69420. Wow, real original. Couple had been dating since middle school. Stereotypical teen sweethearts. Everyone thought they'd get married. One day she isn't at school and he isn't doing great. She tried to kill herself, which is, that's bad, the night before, and he wouldn't say anything about it. It was odd, since she'd had no history of depression and was all around a happy person. She finally starts talking to people on what happened and gets out. Her boyfriend had been sleeping with her mom from the beginning. The whole relationship destroyed her parents' marriage. Dude ended up having to go to a different school over the drama and the hate he got. Different school? I'm surprised bro didn't move to a different city. Or different state, different country, bro. Like, how does that not just follow you for life? That is insane. I mean, if I was in that kid's position, I feel like, middle school. So first of all, this is totally predatory. There's no way. I would never think that a mom would be like, yeah, you know what? This is like a viable option for me. A middle schooler. Yeah, let me just test the waters here. See what's going on. No. This is a full-on predatory engagement that's happening here. I don't think this was just a classic case of your friend's boyfriend is better for you than they are for each other. No, this is I think this falls out of the realm of stuff that legitimately happens. Okay, this isn't like your bro dating your ex. Okay, this is just not, this is not the same. I can't just what was she thinking? Like, she was just like, oh, who's your friend that you brought over? He's your friend? No, mom, we actually just started dating. So yeah, we're actually full on dating. Oh, that's so cute. But like, you don't mean dating. Like, he's a friend, right? You're sure he's just a friend? No, mom, we're dating. He's my boyfriend. We made this, this has been going on. This is like an active thing. I've been telling you about this for months. Okay, well, just let me know when you break up. let me know when he becomes single, okay? And maybe he can just give me a call. She's like, call me, like to him, and he's like, what the fuck is going on right now? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? This, I think, is a crime. I think you're instigating a crime right now. Like, this is just not, that's not it. Next one comes from EP.195. Heard this one from my old hairstylist. She had a female friend who was dating this guy who had a pet pig. It was huge, like a full-grown pig. The pig hated the woman and pushed her out of bed to take her place next to her boyfriend. That's one loyal pig. One day, she had enough and told him it's the pig or it's me. He told her that the pig was there first, so he dumped her and stayed with the pig. Man, that must have been a blow to her self-esteem. I'm dumping you for a pig. You know what? It's come down to this. It's come down to you or Mr. Snorts-a-Lot. And listen, Mr. Snorts-a-Lot is just, he's known me for longer. He's just been with me there through the tough times. How am I supposed to, what am I supposed to do when I come home from a tough day or a tough week and Mr. Snorts-a-Lot isn't there to rub his snout, you know, all up in my toe jam and eat the slop from my toe jam? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to survive? Okay, he cleans up the house. Okay, you have no idea what Mr. Snorts-a-Lot eats. Okay, he eats everything. He'll eat anything in the house. Will you? Are you gonna eat my scraps? Are you gonna eat my bones? All right. Are you gonna eat all the food that I don't eat? Are you gonna be my compost? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, this is not a question of love. This is also a question of practicality, babe. All right, this is just practical circumstances. What's going to happen? Are you going to protect me when an invader invades? Yeah. What happens when we get rid of Mr. Snorts-a-Lot? Mr. Snorts-a-Lot is our home bodyguard. I can't believe you're not appreciating. That's why Mr. Snorts-a-Lot has to sleep next to me. That's why I got to be protected. Okay, you should be thanking him. You should be thanking Mr. Snorts-a-Lot. I saw someone in the comments and they were like, "Oh yeah, imagine the pig is a dog. Like, would you not have to get rid of your dog?" Okay, if the dog was actively aggressive towards my significant other, okay, I'd probably choose in this situation the human. I'd probably go with the human being. The Homo sapien is probably the direction that I would choose, okay? If my dog was like biting someone or like kicking them out of bed and throwing fits when this other person was around, this dog needs some serious training or it's gone. Okay, this is not the same. All right, this is just, if the pig is acting poorly towards a person, I hate to say it, bro, but you might have to rethink the pig. You might have to rethink the pig on this one. I think that we should... Listen, pig life is important. I support pig life, all right? I want the best for my little piglets, all right? My little piggies. But if the pig's nipping at my girlfriend's little toes, you know, if my pig is nipping at my girl's little piggies, I think we're going to have to... We're gonna have to make some changes, all right, in the pig direction, all right. I think that I'm just gonna choose, you know, a stable, happy, healthy, lifelong human relationship rather than the one that I have with my pig. All right, next one comes from Wrong Currency 5146. A truck driver gets married. He and the wife buy a nice house. He's on the road paying for it. One day he comes home and the wife is gone and 6 months of bills and a foreclosure notice is on the table. For 6 months, she took every dollar he made and kept it for herself until she eventually split with all his money. Does this guy not have like a bank account? Even if you have a joint bank account, I would never just be like, you know, hey honey, like, can I have access to the bank account? I need to take out some money. Oh, sweetie, honey, you know you're not good with numbers. What's going to happen? You're going to go in to the bank account. You're not going to know which numbers are in which order. You're not going to know how big it is. What if you take up with too much? Well, you don't know how the number system works. Okay, what if you mistake the decimal? What if you think it's in the wrong place? I think it's best if I handle the money. Okay, if you need money, don't ask for the bank account password. Okay, just Ask me for it, and I'll see if we can fit it into our budget. Babe, I literally need like $5 to wash the car. See, but this is, babe, this is monthly expenses, all right? We need to budget this, okay? I know you want to wash your car, but we have groceries. I have to shop. You know how I love shopping. I have to pay for my plastic surgery that's coming up. I have to pay for those surfing lessons with that really, like, you know my surf instructor, you know how he charges extra, and we have to charge him extra. He has to charge extra because we gotta, like, he needs those tips. He needs the extra money, okay? He's just chiseled. He's sexy. He's absolutely ripped. He's gorgeous. He deserves to be paying those prices. You know it, okay? It's like, well, what if I want a manicure? What if I want to go and get a pedicure? I want to be treated a little bit. I want to feel relaxed. No, that's not in your budget, okay? You know what's in your budget? Driving, okay? You don't have time. Get on the road, all right? You're already spending too much time talking to me. Get back out on the road and bring home the bacon. So call back to the last comment. Bring home the bacon, and we'll see if we can fit, to replace your holy shoes in the budget, okay? Yeah, so that's insane. Why didn't he not have access to his own bank account, even like a split account? Like, if someone's just like, no, I'll probably handle it all, I'd be like, no. Reply from Smitty Werberman Jensen. My God, you just reminded me of a good one. My preschool best friend had a very cookie-cutter white American family. The dad was a long-haul trucker. You have to mention white? Or maybe like white picket fence? Like, does this really matter when you have to mention them as being white people? By the way, they're white, in case anyone was wondering. It's like, okay, I don't really think that's like super relevant. The dad was a long-haul trucker. The mom stayed at home with the kids. Big house, yeah, like as if people from other ethnic backgrounds can't do those jobs either. Beautiful backyard, took the family to Disneyland every year. One night, the husband apparently called my mom, drunk and inconsolable. He confessed to her all the sins he had been committing on the road. Oh, yes, I see now you've included sins into this, so I could see maybe why. You chose to say that before. 4.8K upvotes on this, so I kind of have to read it. Sins he committing on the road, amphetamines to stay awake, which then progressed to shooting up, sleeping with lot lizards, women who loiter around truck stops. That is awful. This is just blatant misogyny in this Reddit comment here. He said he needed, and I know it's probably not them who said that. He said he needed to get off of his chest and didn't know who else to call. A few years later, he just up and disappeared, left for work. Nobody never came back, changed his phone number. Nobody has heard of him since, as far as I know. This was all 20 plus years ago. Amphetamines to stay awake. I mean, I don't really know what it's like to be a truck driver, but I don't know. I feel like there may be some other options available. I don't know, like coffee. Tried coffee, maybe a little espresso, maybe some black coffee, Americano or something. I don't know. I think that maybe that's a great first step. I don't know if I was exhausted, if I would jump to, coffee wasn't cutting it for me. So it's one of those things nowadays, right? We're trying to find new health supplements. What's going to keep us awake? What's going to keep us alert? What's going to, help with appetite? Because I'm hungry, I'm on the road. I got to suppress that appetite. So, instead of coffee, I just thought to myself, why don't I start smoking crystal meth? Okay, I'm starting to think that maybe we should just skip all the BS with this coffee, matcha, tea stuff and just get right to the heart of what we're trying to do. I want to stay awake, I got to be paranoid. I have to be paranoid. A good driver is a paranoid driver. Okay, we talk about defensive driving. Why don't we start talking about paranoid driving? All right, defensive driving is one thing, assuming that everybody else on the road is going to make a mistake. No. I'm predicting the mistakes that people are going to make. I see it happen in my head before it happens. I'm a paranoid driver. Okay, I think that is the safest of driving. So, in order to meet that criteria, I think are just gonna go, it's just coffee wasn't doing it, gotta go to meth. Crystal meth right away. And you know what? Little bit of sex at the truck stops just keeps you motivated. Okay, babe, I miss you. I miss you, babe. I was thinking about you the whole time. You were always running through my head. You popped in there a couple of times. I remember a few times, maybe a couple. I don't say a few. Let's say a couple. You popped in. You said your piece. You made your appearance, right? I think that's good enough. I feel like you're undermining my sexual health here, okay? We need to destigmatize sexual health, okay? So if you want me to be happy and healthy on the road, I just need two things from you, babe. I need money for meth and money for sex. And really, other than that, it's just once we're beyond that, then now we're just splitting hairs. Okay, now we're just getting into the nitty gritty, which, we can always leave that stuff behind. But these are the big ones. Okay, these are the major turning points in our relationship. Next one comes from Alaska Stiletto. 2 of my old high school friends grew up and got married. Both are women. Turns out one was verbally and or physically abusing the other, and the victim divorced her and married the abuser's father. They're still together. I found this out on Facebook. Of course you found it out on Facebook. This is just, that's the boomers post that shit on Facebook, okay? Gen Z, Gen A, even millennials, we get at this stuff through Twitter, right? We learn stuff like this through Twitter, maybe like Instagram, private messages, group chats, whatever. Boomers, they will put it on Facebook and not even know they're putting it on Facebook. They will mean to send a private message to someone and post a post so that the entire public can see. Just married my daughter's ex-girlfriend. Happy us, yay us. I mean, I'm glad she got out of an abusive relationship, but it's like, I hope the father's not taking advantage. He's just like, oh, my daughter, she can be such a jerk. Why don't you come over? I know my daughter, something's not right with her. Wonder where it came from. Couldn't have been from me. Why don't you just come over? We'll talk it out. See where things go. All right? Why don't we don't want to put restraints on this already. We'll just talk, maybe have some wine, listen to some music, watch a movie, hang out. So this is just all going on. He's just publicly putting this out on Facebook, making multiple Facebook posts about seducing his daughter's ex. That is wild. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Axslinger Slasher comments and says, that is some Maury level shit right there. Yeah. That is something I would see on that show. I feel like that has happened on that show. If not, we need to do some coordinating, okay? Let's spread the word. Maury, we got a great pitch for you. You don't have to do any work. All right, next one comes from Timeless Traveler. Well, my ex broke up with me at the beginning of a 10-hour flight. We lived together, and his mother picked us up from the airport. What? Really, bro? You were that done with the relationship? It's like, listen, it's not working. Babe, it's not working out. And I think we need to end this. Ding! Hello, passengers. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to flight 397 out of Los Angeles. We are expecting a 10-hour flight overseas. So I hope that this flight is going to be a bumpy flight. I've already heard some muddlings throughout the cabin. It's going to be a pretty rocky flight for more reason than one. But 10 hours, and it's a long one. Strap in, everybody. Strap in. This is going to be a long flight. It may actually even take us longer. Okay, be prepared. Might even add. You could say we could add. I wouldn't say take, but give maybe 5-ish hours. So I hope you're comfortable. Hope you're strapped in and just ready for the flight of your life. Really. All right. I'll see you all in 10 to 15 hours. Maybe even 20. Yeah. Bro, but is it out of the realm of possibility for me to say that bro has just a horrible sense of timing? Okay, really? You got to break up with your girlfriend before the 10-hour flight? You don't want to just, like, I don't know, knock out, sleep a little, something? Like, just be like, I don't really want to talk. Sleep, go home maybe think things through, make sure you're making the right choice, then break up with each other instead of just before an agonizingly long flight where you are forced to sit next to the person. It's like, what do you do at that point? Do you just like, listen, we're done, and then just like turn away, just like start watching Netflix on your phone, just like starts laughing. It's like they're like watching Friends. Oh, Chandler. I would normally show you this, but we're broken up. We're not dating anymore, so unfortunately, you probably wouldn't find this very funny. Great show, though. Great show. I love it. Yeah, nice. Ross, always getting himself into conundrums, all right? Oh, my God, babe. I mean, never mind, babe. Never mind. Oh, God, I got to stop that. It's almost like we just broke up. Yeah, bro has an entirely skewed sense of timing. Reply from, is Bob Dylan single? That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe you can hook up with Timothy Chalamet. He's playing Bob Dylan in the new Bob Dylan biopic. That is such a crappy way of breaking up with someone. I used to know a girl who got broken up with in a similar way. Boyfriend of 5 years broke up with her in the beginning of a long flight. They made up by the end of the flight and had sex after arriving home. This doesn't scream toxic relationship to me at all. When she woke up in the morning, he was gone, had left her a text thanking her for the night and saying that after thinking better, he had decided to break up for good. A week later, he was officially dating a girl who's a mutual friend of theirs. Yeah, wow, that doesn't scream absolute POS right there. No, babe, I had to manipulate you. It was just for our last time together. It had to be special. We couldn't just break up on the plane. What do you think? I'm crazy? Okay? We couldn't just leave it like that. We had to get back together again so that I could sleep with you one last time. So I could just remind myself of what that was like, and then just remind myself that I don't want any of that again. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to. No, I'm all good. I needed to make sure, babe. Okay, you have to understand this is how I work through stuff, okay? This is a practical thing. This has nothing to do with me manipulating you, deceiving you, and being super underhanded. This has nothing to do with that at all. Like, it more so has to do with that this is my process. Okay, this is how else am I supposed to process this? Okay, I just need to work through it. I bet you guys, like, on my podcast, I do a lot of gaslighting, in my little commentary. I bet you guys think I'm probably potentially one of the best gaslighters on the planet right now. This podcast has made me a better gaslighter. I just like learn how to do it based on how these people in the Reddit comments do it. I'm not manipulative or a gaslighter, so please believe me. I love each and every single one of you, my beautiful listeners. I would never manipulate you. Unless we were taking a long flight together, then I would just have to. But aside from that, next one comes from DNT Dermot. A couple in the Blue Mountains of West Sydney. Climbers in and outdoor. They climbed all in and outdoor. Why'd you say in and outdoor? It's like a mix of In-N-Out burger and door. Like it's some sort of in and out climbing gym, like some burger shop climbing gym. Get your burgers, get your milkshakes, and also climb really high. Get your burgers and fries and carabiners while you're at it. They climbed all day, every day. It was their life. He left her because he was at level 45 and she was level 41. Can't remember the numbers, but I remember they were close. So she was holding him back. So, adios. Well, I don't see the problem with this. I mean, listen. If I'm prestige in Call of Duty and you haven't even gotten past the first rank, how am I supposed to trust you in my squadron? Okay, what if my gaming team needs a sub. Babe, if you can't sub, then what are we even doing together? What does this relationship even mean, babe? Like, I feel like if we can't, this is called mutual support, okay? If we can't be mutually supportive, how are we're not going to last anyway? Okay, so you got to keep up, babe. You got to keep up. So if you're not even going to bother entertain the idea of coming to the next gaming tournament, you got to get lost, babe. You just got to get lost, okay? I can't have you holding me back, all right? My potential is greater than this. All right? I'm soaring to heights that you just will never achieve. Okay? I'm like a 737 and you're like a little prop plane. All right? We're not going to mesh well together. Okay? Why don't you go and find a little one of those little helicopters that, you know, the ones that you know, people the civilians can buy and ride in, you know, the ones with the big propellers and parachutes on them. Why don't you go find someone more that speed? Okay, because I'm more like, you know, F-16 type of vibes. All right, and you're more like one of those artistic remote control planes you get from the craft store. I'm just being honest. Okay, this is just honesty, babe. I don't understand. You're like, this is oranges and apples, okay? We're not going to work. That is so insane. Just, like, what would you even think at that point? Like, I mean, I would feel like I dodged a bullet, but I don't know if I would ever quite fully understand. Like, I don't know if I would fully be able to comprehend, like, so you're breaking up with me because I'm not a high enough level rock climber? Like, the rock climbing community is really not that big, okay? I think you're putting aside a great opportunity for companionship, I don't know, maybe a relationship, a good solid relationship, and replacing that for something completely superficial. Next one comes from Pioneer Dingus. Newly married woman, a teacher at a local school, cheated on her husband, also a teacher at the same school, with the principal. They got caught in the act on school property. Both of their careers ruined, and probably ruined the husband's life. Babe, you know I'm attracted to people in a position of power. Okay, you know I can't do anything about that. You remember role playing when I got you to role play as the principal and the superintendent, you and the school board executives. You remember that, babe. You remember when I asked you to call, when I called you, if I asked I could call you Mr. Wazowski. Okay, yes, I know where that reference is. You know, babe. Okay. It's think of it more as a kink. Okay, don't think of it as I cheated on you, I was unfaithful to you, I ruined our family, I broke us apart, and I completely destroyed and absolutely manipulated you and destroyed our trust and everything that we built. Don't think about that. Okay, think about this as just me exploring. Okay, it's a thing. Okay, you gotta understand. You just gotta understand. It's the power thing. It's a power dynamic. I'm a sub like that. Okay, I like to be dominated. So, like, he's the principal. What am I gonna say? No, he's the principal, babe. He's the principal. In the letter, yes, babe, the principal. Okay, that is wild. Really. You just couldn't hold back. You couldn't just be like, maybe I should get divorced first, break off my current relationship. You don't even have to get divorced. Break off your current relationship. You could still date someone while you're divorced. Just break up with your other person. Okay? Like, it's really, oh my God. Next one comes from Fitzy2225. At the school where I work at, an English teacher slept with the wife of a theology teacher. They're obviously committing a couple sins. The two teachers happened to be best friends since high school, the same school where we were all teaching. Anyway, the wife confessed to her theology teacher to her theology teacher husband one morning that an affair had been going on. The theology teacher drove up to the school, walked straight towards the English teacher's room. Oh, so the wife of a theology teacher. Oh, I see. Straight towards the English teacher's classroom, saw him in the hallway and punched him in the face. A couple other teachers come out of their rooms and broke it up. The theology teacher was fired. The English teacher is still there, but ostracized by all the older teachers who worked there at the time this all went down. This was about 12 years ago. You don't want to, really? You're going to hold that against him? You're not going to cut him a little bit of slack? Like, wait, no, the English teacher. Oh, sorry. I was thinking, wrong person who got fired. No, never mind. Please don't cut a cheater slack, all right? Please, he doesn't need any slack, okay? They were married. If anything, it should have been the other way around, okay? The theology teacher, okay, you shouldn't punch people in the face, but to sleep with someone's wife, I think a punch in the face is Will Smith slapped Chris Rock for talking about his wife's bald head. Okay, I think a punch is a little, within parameters. They'd been best friends. They got a history there. Okay, I don't know if Chris Rock and Will Smith are the best of friends, and nothing ever came of that. I mean, well, Will Smith did get banned from the Oscars, but he's still making movies. Okay, everyone was pretty shocked, but it wasn't like there was this unanimous thing that said, what Will Smith did was, the most worst abhorrent thing you could do. There was stuff on all sides. I'm not taking a viewpoint, okay? I'm just merely stating that there was some controversy. There was some leeway within the interpretations. And all we need from that to say is that maybe we can give the theology teacher a little bit of leeway here, okay? Punch in the face could have been much worse, all right? I can tell you right now, if my wife cheated on me with my best friend, I wouldn't punch anybody, okay? I'm not a physically aggressive person. But I would feel pretty hot. Okay? I'm going to feel hot. All right? I'm probably going to say some things that I maybe in other circumstances wouldn't normally say. Okay? It's listen. This is, I feel like your best friend sleeps with your wife. If a fist fight happens, that's not going to be out of the realm of possibility, okay? It's not a crazy thing to imagine there's going to be a fist fight. But you come on, you're not going to fire the other teacher too? You're just, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a tough situation to handle. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Next one comes from Worker 911. Husband was eating breakfast when he noticed a new tattoo on his wife's wrist. It was the name of her new boyfriend. She would also drive down toll roads in his car without paying. When the bills came in, she threw them away. He was on the hook for thousands of dollars when he figured out. Listen, babe. Listen here, okay? I saw your tattoo. I don't know who Martin is. Don't know who he is, but I saw you tattooed Martin on your wrist. Oh my God, babe, I can't believe you found out. I'm so sorry. No. Listen, I can forgive the cheating. Cheating, I can forgive. The amount of money you spent at the toll booth? Are you kidding me, babe? You know how seriously I take the tolls. Okay? That's our tax money, babe. That goes into keeping those bridges and highways paved and safe for transportation. Babe, do you understand how seriously I take public roads and transit? Clearly you don't, okay? The cheating I can forgive, okay? The cheating is fine. Cheating is one thing. But not paying your toll booth fee? That's unforgivable, babe. This is just, we've moved past the point of no return. I just can't, that is something I can never get past. Think about Think about all the fresh asphalt that could have been paved. Every few meters of asphalt that could have been paved with the couple $1,000s that you should have spent paying the tolls. This is just, it's unimaginable. I can't imagine a person being that inconsiderate. Next one comes from Mystery Crab Meat. Friend of mine walked in on her boyfriend sucking his brother's D. Sucking his brother's D. Wait, what? As in the boyfriend's brother. As in incest. While trying to de-escalate the situation. Her boyfriend said that it wasn't really incest because they were both men and couldn't have a child. She was completely horrified and disgusted. He kept texting her, trying to apologize and begging her to come back. Bro, she's not coming back. She's not coming back. I hate to be the one to be the bearer of bad news, but safe to say that there's no way she's coming back. She's getting a restraining order. She's doing what she can to further get the farthest away from you she could possibly get. She shared everything with us in a group chat. Dude was insane. Bro, what are you? Is this That's My Boy? What are you, like this is some weird thing of like Han Solo Burger's wife, but like it's a dude and it's his brother? What do you guys what did you guys discover that what you were doing was bad and then just decided to keep going with it? Is that even real? Is this a real comment? What do you think? Does this happen? Like, that seems like, where is this happening? I can't think of a single place on the internet or on the world where this is just like, this is normal. People do this all the time. All the time, okay? This is just a regular occurrence where I come from. Where is that? Does not exist. How does one get oneself into this situation? Why? I can't. I don't think my mind is physically able to comprehend this. Well, next one comes from Naive Cicada 6644. Well, this happened to me. My ex was seeing another girl behind my back, but me and him lived together. Guess she wanted him to leave me so they could actually be together. Well, instead of just breaking up with me, we go to a bar one night, and he roofies me. While we were there, I got kicked out, and I started walking funny. We made it to a gas station, and I collapsed. He called 911 and put a weed pipe in my purse. I got arrested for public intoxication after waking up from a coma caused by being roofied and possession of paraphernalia. I did a couple weeks in jail. He moved in with the other girl, and a week or two later, collapsed on the floor and died. His liver and kidneys were shit from drinking. He was 29, and I got out of jail the day he died. That was the craziest breakup I've ever had or ever heard of. You don't say. Okay. You want to get your ex or soon-to-be ex-girlfriend out of your apartment. All right? This is just, conversation's going to get you nowhere. All right? You could talk, and you're going to just talk in circles. So skip to the part where you drug her. Skip to the part where you just violate everything about being a good person ever, and then just do the worst possible thing you could probably ever do to somebody. Roofie them, and then plant drug paraphernalia on them so that they get arrested. You come on. This is practically, all right, I could see the practicality in this, because he's thinking, this gives me perfect timing, all right? Couple weeks to move her stuff out. I can put it all in nice little boxes, all right? I don't have to consult her. She's not going to be there. She's going to be having access to no phone because she's in jail for a crime that I basically committed, but I framed her. So she's in jail for a crime that she got framed for. Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't like test her for like Rufalin and then be like, yeah, something happened. Like that, you're probably not going to be we need to let you go. Like, you're a victim. Okay? They were like, what are you doing, drugs? People just love to do roofies these days. People just love to do that rooflin', don't they? Love to knock themselves out. I don't think rooflin' is much of a party drug, okay? I think if I saw that come up on a toxicology, report, I'd be like, that's concerning, okay? I think this is not something in this situation. I generally tend to think, or I'd hope to think, that a person who goes through a toxicology report and sees rooflin' doesn't assume that they were doing it for fun, okay? People who who have rooflin' in their system, I don't know, probably were drugged. That's all I don't think that's that crazy of an assumption to make. Okay, I don't really see a ton of kids just going out there doing a bunch of roofies. Okay, that's really not what roofies are known for. Roofies are known famously for their use on other people. Okay, on the victims of horrible crimes. That's generally tends to be what comes up in toxicology reports when we're talking about rooflin'. Okay, holy crap, that's insane. But he did die, so I guess you did kind of get a little bit of vindication there, a little bit of, I don't want to call it revenge per se, but you did get maybe some sort of natural vengeance, natural revenge, karma. Maybe it's things came full circle. You know, I think that's he paid the price. He paid the price. Okay, you that's what happens when you drug your girlfriend, leave her for dead, and plant drugs on her so that she gets arrested. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Reddit Asks Us podcast. As always, I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Remember, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcast, please leave a rating. Please leave us a review. You can answer this week's question by going to the description of the episode in Spotify and answering it, and I will read that response out loud on the next week's following episode. I love each and every single one of you. Peace out. Love you. Goodbye.